Hello, everyone. Tonight, I want to talk about something many people experience: a quiet struggle, a long night, a night when sleep does not come. The room is dark. The world outside is silent, but your mind is not quiet. You lie in bed. You close your eyes. You turn to one side, then the other. You check the clock. 2:17 a.m. You sigh. You try to sleep again, but your thoughts begin to move. One thought becomes two. Two thoughts become 10. Your mind starts replaying the day. Something you said, something you forgot, something you should have done differently. The room is quiet, but your mind is loud. Outside, the world is sleeping. Inside, your mind is wide awake. You turn over again. You pull the blanket higher. You try breathing slowly, but another thought arrives. Tomorrow. Tomorrow's work. Tomorrow's conversation. Tomorrow's problems. Your brain begins to prepare, plan, worry, imagine. Sleep becomes more distant. You check the clock again. 2:46 a.m. Only a few minutes have passed, but it feels longer. Insomnia is not only about sleep, it is about the mind. A tired body, but a restless mind. Your body wants to rest, but your thoughts keep moving. Many people experience this, more than we realize. Some nights it happens after stress. Some nights after a long day. Some nights for no clear reason at all. You lie in bed asking yourself, why can't I sleep? And sometimes that question makes sleep even harder, because now you are not only awake, you are worried about being awake. Sleep becomes a task, a goal, something you try to force. And the more you try to force sleep, the further it seems to move away. Your mind becomes a place full of unfinished thoughts, memories, concerns, plans, regrets, all visiting at the same time. Night makes everything louder. During the day, noise hides our thoughts: work, people, conversations, movement. But at night, everything slows down. And when the world becomes quiet, our thoughts finally speak. Some people reach for their phone. The soft glow of the screen lights up the dark room. You scroll. A few minutes pass. Then more. You tell yourself, just one more video. But the mind does not calm. It wakes up even more. The light touches your eyes. Your brain becomes alert. Sleep moves further away. The night becomes longer. You put the phone down. Turn again. Close your eyes again. And wait. Sometimes sleep comes slowly. Sometimes it doesn't come at all. Morning arrives. The alarm rings. And you begin the day, already tired. If you have experienced nights like this, you are not alone. Millions of people have the same quiet battle with sleep. But the truth is this: sleep is not something we can control by force. Sleep comes when the mind allows rest. And sometimes the problem is not the body. It is the mind that does not know how to slow down. Learning to sleep is often learning how to calm the mind. And that is where the story continues. Some nights the problem is not sleep. The problem is thinking. The mind does not know how to stop. There was a man who woke up every night at 3 a.m., almost the same time, every night. At first, he thought something was wrong with his body, but slowly he noticed something. Each night when he woke up, his mind immediately began working. Work problems, money concerns, things he forgot to do, things he needed to fix tomorrow. His body was tired, but his brain was still in daytime mode. So one evening, he tried something simple. Before going to bed, he wrote down everything on his mind, every task, every worry, every unfinished thought. He closed the notebook and told himself, "Tomorrow we'll handle this." That night, his mind became a little quieter. Not perfect, but calmer. Sometimes the mind keeps thinking because it is afraid to forget. Writing things down gives the mind permission to rest. There was also a woman who could never fall asleep quickly. She went to bed, closed her eyes, and waited. 10 minutes passed, then 20, then 30. Her frustration grew. I need to sleep. I must sleep. The pressure became stronger. Sleep became a test. Every minute awake felt like failure. One night she tried something different. Instead of forcing sleep, she stopped fighting it. She got out of bed, sat quietly with a book, dim light, slow breathing, no phone, no pressure. After a while, her eyes became heavy. Sleep arrived quietly. Sleep does not like pressure. It prefers calm invitation. Another story comes from a student who studied late every night, laptop glowing, phone beside him, videos playing, messages arriving. His mind never slowed down. When he finally lay down to sleep, his brain was still running, like a car engine that had never stopped. So he created a simple habit. 1 hour before bed, no screens, no phone, no laptop, just quiet activities, reading, stretching, soft music. At first it felt strange, but slowly, his brain began recognizing something. Night had a rhythm. Work stopped, calm began, and sleep followed. The body and the mind love routine. When bedtime changes every night, the brain becomes confused. But when sleep happens at a similar time each day, the body learns. It prepares. Hormones shift. Breathing slows. Muscles relax. Sleep becomes easier. One teacher once said, "Your brain loves patterns. If night always looks different, sleep struggles. If night becomes predictable, sleep becomes familiar." There was a mother who could not sleep because of constant worry. She worried about her children, their future, their safety, their happiness. Each night, her thoughts became stories. What if something goes wrong? What if I fail them? Her mind was trying to protect, but protection had become exhaustion. One evening, she practiced something small. Slow breathing. Inhale slowly. Exhale slowly. She counted each breath. 1, 2, 3. After several minutes, her body softened. Her shoulders relaxed. Her thoughts slowed. Breathing tells the nervous system that it is safe to rest. Sometimes sleep begins with the breath. Many people believe sleep comes from effort, but often it comes from release. Release of pressure, release of worry, release of control. The mind that says, "I must sleep now," often stays awake longer. But the mind that says, "It's okay to rest," creates space for sleep. Sleep is not forced. It is welcomed. It is invited. Like a quiet guest, the room must be calm. The lights must be soft. The mind must loosen its grip. And slowly, very slowly, the night becomes peaceful. And there is one more quiet truth. Sometimes insomnia is not a problem to defeat. It is a signal to listen. The mind may be tired. The body may be overwhelmed. Life may be moving too fast. And the night becomes the only moment where thoughts finally speak. Instead of fighting every sleepless night, sometimes it helps to ask gently, what is my mind trying to tell me? Listening can be the first step toward rest, and learning how to calm the mind is where the story continues. But there is another quiet reason. Many people cannot sleep. The mind remembers things. When the world becomes silent, during the day, life moves quickly. There are conversations, noise, work, movement. Your thoughts are busy, reacting to everything around you. But at night, everything slows down, and when the world becomes quiet, the mind begins to organize the day. Conversations return, moments replay. You remember something small that happened earlier. Maybe a conversation at work, a sentence you said, a sentence you wish you had said differently. Your mind starts replaying it again and again and again. Night has a strange power. Small thoughts can become big stories. A tiny mistake can become a long regret. A small worry can become a large fear. It is not because the problem grew. It is because the night gives it space to grow. There was a young worker who often could not sleep. Every night he lay in bed, thinking about his job, deadlines, emails, meetings, the next day's responsibilities. His brain believed it was helping him prepare, but preparation had become overthinking. So he tried something simple. Before bed, he created a short ritual. He closed his laptop, turned off the lights in his workspace, and said quietly, "Work is finished for today." It sounds small, but the brain listens to signals. When night becomes a clear boundary, the mind slowly learns that it is safe to rest. Another hidden cause of insomnia is the habit of stimulation. Screens, lights, notifications. The brain is very sensitive to light, especially the blue light from phones and tablets. That light tells the brain, stay awake, even when the body is tired. There was a student who watched videos every night in bed. He believed it helped him relax, but his sleep became later and later. One night he tried something different. He placed his phone in another room. The room became darker, quieter, more peaceful. At first, it felt uncomfortable. The silence was unfamiliar. But after several nights, sleep arrived faster. Sometimes insomnia is not caused by lack of sleep. It is caused by too much stimulation. The mind needs darkness, the way the body needs rest. And there is something else many people do at night. They fight sleep. They lie in bed thinking, I must sleep. I need to sleep now. I have to wake up early. Each minute becomes pressure. Each moment awake feels like failure. But sleep does not respond to pressure. Sleep responds to safety. The nervous system must feel calm, relaxed, unthreatened. There was a therapist who often told her patients something surprising. If you cannot sleep, stop trying so hard. At first, people were confused, but her advice was simple. If sleep does not come, get up gently. Do something quiet. Read, stretch, sit near a dim light, then return to bed. When your body feels sleepy again, bed should be a place of rest, not a place of struggle. Another small habit that helps many people is slowing the body before sleep. The body remembers movement. If the day ends suddenly, with work, noise, and bright light, the brain does not understand. That night has arrived. But if the evening becomes slower, the body listens. A warm shower, a short walk, gentle stretching, soft music, these are small signals, signals that say, the day is ending. And when the body hears those signals, again and again, sleep becomes easier. The brain loves patterns, and the night can become a peaceful pattern. But perhaps the most important thing to understand about insomnia is this: sleep cannot be chased. It cannot be forced. It cannot be captured. Through effort, sleep arrives quietly. When the mind releases control, when the body softens, when the nervous system feels safe. Sometimes the best thing you can do on a sleepless night is simply allow the night to exist. No fighting, no frustration, just breathing, just resting, just letting the mind slow down at its own pace. And often, when the mind stops chasing sleep, sleep slowly begins to find you. And there is one more gentle truth about sleep. Sleep is not only physical, it is emotional. When the mind is carrying too much, the night becomes heavy. When the heart is tense, the body struggles to rest. Many people think insomnia is simply a problem of sleep, but sometimes it is a message, a quiet signal from a tired mind, a signal that life may be moving too fast, that worries have not been released, that the mind has not had a moment to breathe. During the day, we push forward. Work, responsibilities, deadlines, conversations. We keep moving. But the night is the moment when the mind asks for quiet. And if the mind never receives that quiet, sleep becomes difficult. Imagine something simple: a glass of water that is constantly shaken. The water never becomes still. But if the glass is placed gently on the table, the water slowly settles. The mind is very similar. When life keeps shaking the mind, thoughts continue moving. But when calm is allowed, the mind slowly settles. And when the mind settles, sleep follows. Many people believe they must control sleep. But sleep is not something we command. It is something we welcome. You cannot force a sunset. You cannot force a flower to bloom. And you cannot force sleep. But you can create the conditions that invite it. Soft light, quiet breathing, gentle thoughts, and most importantly, a peaceful mind. There may still be nights when sleep takes time. That is normal. That is human. One restless night does not mean something is wrong. Your body knows how to sleep. Your mind knows how to rest. Sometimes they simply need a little patience. And maybe tonight, instead of chasing sleep, you allow rest. Rest your breathing. Rest your thoughts. Rest the pressure to control the night. The night does not need to be perfect. It only needs to be calm. And when calm returns, sleep often arrives quietly, just like the night itself. Thank you for listening today. Thank you for sharing this quiet moment about something so many people experience. If tonight is one of those sleepless nights, remember to be gentle with yourself. Your mind is simply asking for a little peace. See you in the next story.